Alrighty, let's see how this plays. So last year we introduced this into the guide service, and what it is a template that we're using to facilitate the morning discussion. And it follows along the lines of the most modern processes for handling these sorts of meetings that are currently in use. Ours is a PDF based format, and it allows us to take advantage of that platform and its ability to put different types of information onto the screen. It's just a great way of having ourselves organized in the morning. But the biggest thing is that it's electronic and allows us to go through and have our discussions, and then at the same time it allows us to save them to a computer. And in this case also it allows us to share this information relatively quickly with everybody in the guide service. And it is possible, if we wanted to make it interactive in that we can adjust our ideas in line in the morning as we have the discussion and as other people input their ideas. Then on the flip side, the other half of this page is set up as an observation page, very similar to the page that's been in use for years, probably almost 20 years at this point. Once again, using the PDF format where we can go through and add a little bit more flair, a little bit more descriptive to what we are actually reporting. In this case, we can put in photos and in some cases even embed videos into this document, which allows you to not only take it along, but you can take a picture of what you're observing. We can integrate our weather charts and everything into this page, or we can also create other pages for them. So at present, this is basically how we're set up. We produce our meetings in the morning, and we create the document we just outlined, and we print off a copy of that, and we put it on a legal size clipboard that lives in the guide's office. Additionally, because it was created on the computer, we have a copy of this that is available on the hard drive for whenever we would like to go back and reference it. And then later on in the season, Dave came up with the great idea to put this thing on a private Facebook page. And this little piece here really opens up a lot of options for the guides, because guides in the field, if they have a cell phone or a smartphone, can easily log in and access whatever other people have put on this page. And what it allows then to happen is this Facebook page allows not only the guide meeting to be posted, but daily observations can be both taken up and also added to that particular site. So this gives us a many-to-many communication form, and it all starts with the morning meeting. So now the questions come up: how do we make this morning meeting a little more effective? How do we make that morning meeting such that it has the same interactivity as our daily observations? And also it's come up that most mechanized guide services have a more formal meeting than we have. And most people are using electronic media such as PowerPoint and different presentation formats to convey out to the guides what it is that's forecasted for the day. What we want to do is go one step further, because right now we have a great communication tool for during the day. We would like to find a way to make this morning meeting the same, so that it's not just assembled by one guide working in a vacuum in the morning, but assembled by the team of guides to forecast for what we think is going to happen throughout the day. And so given that PDF file that I was showing you in the beginning, we can modify on the fly anything that was written down in the morning, and we can add to it as the morning progresses. So what we did last year as an experiment is we produced on a notebook on a laptop the morning report, the same one that you saw when I first opened the presentation, with everything in it that we would be interested in seeing as, as part of our morning routine. And after we produced this, we took it and we went into the meeting room and we set it up on a projector, and we allowed everybody to be able to see and comment on what was written down. And rather than having everybody listening to one person talk, oftentimes just reading off of the morning forecast, which is available for everybody if they get up in the morning and get on the internet, instead we were interacting and actually communicating about what we thought we would see. It makes the morning meeting much more productive. It puts, instead of one person producing this document, now we have our morning meeting document, and it's being interacted with from many different angles with different ideas. And in fact, ideas evolving as the morning meeting carries on. So now this piece that's going up can be produced by the group, but it requires a little bit more technology than what we presently have available. The screen that's in the meeting room just simply isn't big enough. So here's what the proposal is. We need to find a way to get a large screen and a laptop in the guide's office. And the reason I say this large screen is because functioning on this much real estate to prepare these sorts of documents is quite difficult in the morning. You need to have enough real estate to see what's happening. Case in point, just look at BTNF's lab. Those guys have a lot of real estate because they're dealing with a lot of information. And then the second thing we need is the ability to actually produce the interactive bit. And that's where this laptop comes in, because the laptop by its nature can be taken from one room to another. So the laptop is a portable mechanism that can go back and forth. So if we lock it up in the guide's office, put it on a cable for during the day, and then unlock it, bring it over to the meeting room in the morning, we can wirelessly hook it up to a projector that casts the screen of the laptop onto a projected screen in that office. And that way, everybody can see what's on the computer. It also allows us to have somebody who's really quick on the computer be compiling the minutes as people comment, and have the lead guide, rather than being in charge of all of the paper, just be able to interact with and communicate with everybody in the room. And with that, the meetings will become a lot more effective and a lot more worthwhile, something that the guides will hopefully be more interested in waking up and attending. So this is kind of the big picture. I just scrolled back, and what we're trying to do is to put a little bit more ownership in the creation of the morning meeting. We've already put that into the daily OBS, and we've created this tool that is not a product of any one person, it's a product of the guides team. And it allows us to be more active in our communication strategy. It really allows us to be contemporary, because in this era, people gain information on a many-to-many interaction sort of basis, oftentimes using video or still photographs to show what it is that they're thinking and seeing. And this is what we're hoping to do with the Village Guides for the winter 2015-16. Thanks a lot.